Our following guest and I have a lot in common. We both appeared naked on the cover of ESPN, the magazine's body issue. His thighs measure 28 inches around. Both of mine combined measure 28 inches around. He's known for his weight room prowess. He can power clean over 400 pounds. I'm more of a clean and jerk guy. Maybe we don't have anything in common, but we do have the same broadcasting degree in communications. Therefore, we mailed it in college. Please welcome Saquon Barkley. Oh, he's going down the row there, saying hello to everybody. Saquon, how are you?
Can I put this right here?
Yes, you can. Right. Brought in his Old Spice. Hopefully, you're not giving me a hint there, but it's good to see you again.
How you doing?
How you feeling?
I'm doing good.
Yeah? You ever been fishing?
Ever been fishing? Like once when I was little, but not really big into it.
And you grew up, born in the Bronx? Grew up in Pennsylvania?
Yep.
Were you a Steeler fan?
No, I was a New York Jets fan. Yeah.
You never changed when you got there?
Nah, I feel like when I got to Pennsylvania, everyone either loved the Steelers, the Eagles, or the Patriots. So I didn't want to be like everyone else. So I just kind of stuck. My dad's a Jets fan too, so I kind of stuck with the Jets.
Do you have posters on your wall?
No. My dad got like a tattoo, but like that's the only thing we had. Like.
He got a tattoo of the Jets?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's serious?
No, that's serious. Yeah, he's a big Jets fan.
Did you want to get drafted by the Jets?
No, I just wanted to go New York, kind of. Either one. And I got one.
That didn't sound too convincing, though.
Because it was Jets was number 3,
yeah,
and the Giants is number 2. And like, if you ask anybody, would you rather go number 2 or number 3? And everyone's gonna say probably 2. So.
But could you imagine how emotional your dad would have been if you went to the Jets?
The same thing though, because I'm home. Like I'm literally an hour away from where my parents live, so I got the best of both worlds, no matter what.
Who was your running back? That you idol? You're Curtis Martin, I'm going to guess.
Curtis
with the
Martin.
Jets.
Yeah,
Did you meet him?
Yeah, I met him. I did like a little segment with him before, and I played him in chess. I started picking up chess, and he got the best of me. Let's say that.
Yeah. Because, physically you look like Barry Sanders a little bit. Do you get that comparison when you're coming out of college?
Yeah, I got that comparison.
Have you met Barry?
Yeah, Barry's probably my favorite player in football.
Barry made it look pretty easy as a running back.
Yeah, definitely.
Like there's certain guys, I don't know if there's somebody else that you look at them and you go, like Patrick Mahomes makes playing quarterback look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is there another running back where you go, it's not as easy as he's making it seem?
Christian McCaffrey, he does. I think he makes it look pretty easy.
Is there competition between you two?
Every single one of us. Yeah.
Who's the best running back in football?
The best running back in football. Obviously, I would say myself, but outside of myself, I would pick Derrick Henry. He finished the season amazing, but I would go with Christian McCaffrey was the best running back.
Could you imagine trying to tackle Derrick Henry?
That's why I play offense.
Have you made a tackle?
I missed a bad tackle this year against Dallas. I'm glad that never got on film.
You're not the only Giant who missed a tackle against the Cowboys.
Whoa.
We're on.
In college, actually, my sophomore year, I played JV running back, but I started a little varsity towards the end of the year for sophomore, and I got like some looks for defense, but my first offer was I got like offered for running back by Rutgers off my JV highlight film.
So if it wasn't Penn State, you were going to Rutgers?
No, I committed to Rutgers first.
Oh.
Like committed. I was going to Rutgers, and then James Franklin, Penn State offered me and kind of stole me.
What was it?
Just obviously Coach Franklin and all those guys did an amazing job, but I don't know if you guys ever been to a Penn State game, but if you go to
I have been to Happy Valley.
A White Owl and 110,000 fans screaming, I don't think it get any better than that. So kind of just a tradition, and there's just a history there, and the actually being there and seeing the games kind of just sold me.
So, like 15,000 people at Rutgers watching a football game was not enough?
They had like 55. They had like 55, 50,000. They had like, I'm not gonna sell them short, but I don't think any. I haven't played down south really, so I can't speak on them. But all the places I've been, no one competes with Penn State.
We're talking to Saquon Barkley of the Giants. What was your welcome to the NFL moment? Somebody hit you?
No, I walked in the locker room and my teammate was Eli Manning. I would say that was my welcome to NFL.
So you see him and then...
Yeah, because I was like, like I said, I was a Jets fan, and when the Jets didn't make the playoff, which was often, and the Giants was in. We would root for the Giants. My family would root for the Giants, and so I always root for Eli. And I can remember exactly where I was at when they won both those Super Bowls. And so when I walked into I guess you could say the locker room, or it was a lunchroom actually, and I saw Eli Manning. I was like, oh, that's Eli Manning. So I guess that was it. But a hit would be, you were talking about it earlier, who was on here, J.J. Watt. We had a counter play to the left. He beat the right tackle to the right and still made a tackle as I was getting the ball, and kind of just drove me back. And I just started clapping okay, you got that one, buddy.
How do you deal with injuries?
How do you deal with injuries? It's part of the game, It's going to happen. It depends how severe they are.
But you want to come back and help your team, but you have to be patient.
Yeah, but it's also it's a fine line, because sometimes are you telling yourself you're not healthy, or you're actually not healthy? And that's what I'm saying. There's every injury is different, and obviously I got hurt this year, but I felt like that I could have came back even earlier than that, but obviously I didn't, and I waited 3 to 4 weeks. But it was in my mindset. I think everyone's different. When I got hurt, my mindset was, I'm out for 4 weeks. My first thing said, how can I come back tomorrow? And the things I can do in the rehab I can do, and what I can do in treatment. That was just my mindset. And then when you get injured in games, sometimes your adrenaline's going. Your adrenaline rush is at a high level, and you're just trying to do whatever you can to go out there and win games that it don't even bother you, or you don't even notice it till probably the next morning.
How'd you pick your number?
So I was 21 in high school, and then they told me at Penn State I'm gonna be 21 when I get there. I got there, I was 26. One of my good friends who played for the Detroit Lions, Amani, he was 21. I was supposed to play special teams my freshman year, so we couldn't both be I was supposed to be a kick returner. I ended up being one of the starter running backs, and then in the NFL. I would have considered changing my number, but when I got drafted, I had the highest jersey sale, I guess, and I kind of was just stuck with 26.
So you didn't want to change?
I probably changed at some point in my career, I think, but
go back to 21.
Maybe 21. I like 21. I like 24. Maybe something in the 30s, something different.
You graduated in communications?
2 more classes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So what do you want to do with that? You want to do this?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. You ask, you get 2 questions for me.
You got me on this last year. Oh, man, okay.
I know, but I'm saying I would have helped you.
Yeah,
if you needed help, I was there. If it's, that final paper and you need to interview, big-time broadcaster,
so my accent,
can introduce you to Bob Costas or something. Okay.
What's the moment that you realized that this is the passion and what you want to do for your life?
I was 12 years old, and I would read the Sports Illustrated, and I would cut out the pictures before my dad got home. So he would pick up the Sports Illustrated, and all the pictures would be cut out because they would be on my bedroom wall.
I feel like a lot of athletes think that, just because we play sports, and I even had this mindset last year until I was talking to you, I feel like it would be a great answer not only for myself but for young athletes. A lot of athletes think that once they're done with the sport, they could just transition right to this because they played it. But what's the hardest part of transitioning to get into the level that you're at?
Well, you got to decide if are you somebody who's going to teach the game when you do a game? Tony Romo can teach a game to you when he does. Or are you going to just be an entertainer? What kind of analyst do you want to be? But also when you're doing it, how much do you know the game? Yep. You play the game. Sometimes you may not know the game. It's just reactionary to you. Can you break down the defense for me? Mm-hmm. Other positions. And that I find is really hard, especially from a running back position, because you see the game differently than a quarterback or a tight end would, or a middle linebacker and quarterback to me, or maybe a free safety could see the game and be an analyst and tell you everything that's going on. Feels like those positions, because you're just lining up and you're probably looking at, there's a linebacker here, running backs or a defensive end here. So you see the game in smaller picture. You got to see a big picture if you're going to be able to broadcast, because that's the fun part when you have somebody saying, look at the Mike linebacker, he's cheating right there. Now, we don't see it, but you would see it. Mm-hmm. Now, what's that mean? And then you tell somebody that.
Yep.
Yeah, to be able to do that in real time. We do have your draft profile.
Wait, how was my question?
It was good. Oh, okay. Now, here's the thing. When you ask a question, take out the front part of that athlete's transitioning. Just say, what's the hardest part for athlete? Get right to your question.
Okay.
Really quick. It's like getting to the hole quick. You know, unless you're Le'Veon Bell and you dance a little bit, I want you going straight ahead with your questions. All right.
Thank you.
This is your draft profile. We had a hard time finding negative things here. But I want you to read this is your draft. These are actual comments made about Saquon Barkley.
Plays with inconsistent leg drive through contact with working between the tackles.
What does that mean?
That when you get tackled, I guess my legs don't continue to churn. So basically, they say I get tackled easy.
If any of this is accurate, you can say.
Oh yeah, I'm big on being a self-critic. I feel like if you want to involve your game, and I always say I want to be one of the best to play, I got to be my own critic. And
harshest critic.
Exactly. So this don't bother me.
Okay.
Do I agree with that? No, not that part. We'll need to develop a more north-south mindset as a pro. I agree with that, 100%. Gets too cute with stutter steps and jukes on the first level, allowing help to flow to the ball. That's an interesting.
Do you float a little bit?
It depends. What are you looking for? Like at the first level, sometimes it worked for like a Le'Veon Bell, but a Derrick Henry, that's not his type. But for me, I don't view myself as just a one-dimensional type of back. So I feel like I can do a little bit of both of that.
Okay.
So it depends on the type of run, type of scheme it has. Is it a power scheme? Is it a gap scheme? Is it a zone scheme? Has bouts with focus, drops as a pass catcher, and his catch radius is limited. I had 91 catches my rookie year. This is something I would agree on 100%, and this is, like I said, be a self-critic. Inconsistent at take-on blocks and pass pro. Pass pro is something that
you might want to use that Old Spice. I think you're starting to get a little fired up here.
Exactly right. That's something that I agree with 100%. I got to be more consistent at a pass blocker. A lot of teams, last year I called a lot of passes. A lot of teams will blitz a running back or blitz like a Christian McCaffrey and those type of guys to either keep them in and to get them to take away space for them catching the ball in space. So that's a lot of things teams would do. And they're not even like going for the quarterback. Most of the time they're just trying to get a lick on you. Isn't a wrecking ball at all. Can be taken down by the ankles. I mean, have I been ankle tackled before?
We just point these things. These were just said. It's not us.
Everyone's been ankle tackled before. My first year, I broke the most tackles. I missed a couple games this year, and I'm pretty sure I probably was in.
Now this is coming into the NFL, just so you know.
I know.
Just coming into the NFL.
Yeah,
I've ruined your day here.
No, that don't make sense because I mean, I'm not too big on this, but like I guess PFF or whatever it's called. Like
Pro Football Focus?
Yeah, whatever it's called. My last year in college, I broke the most tackles, so like that don't make sense.
And
but
the final one?
Doesn't run like a 233-pound back. We're not talking Leonard Fournette or Adrian Peterson as an inside runner. I don't run like a 230-pound back. I think that's what makes me unique. I think that's why you can see similarities to a Barry Sanders or a Shady, but when need be, if it's that short down distance or I need to find a way to get that yard, I can run like a 230-pound back. So, yeah, I love seeing stuff like this.
Drew Brees and J.J. Watt kept it.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna keep it too.
All right. Saquon joining us on behalf of new Old Spice Ultra Smooth line designed for guys who want dermatologist-tested formulas. Do you wear deodorant during a game?
I was locked in on this still.
Do you? Yeah, you're still bothered by that?
Not bothered by it. It's not bothered by it.
Do you wear deodorant during a game?
Yes.
Do you wear cologne during a game?
No shot.
Okay, I'm just like this.
But like, if there's times people who don't wear deodorant and you can like, especially like the big sweaty linemen.
Yeah.
And like when they tackle you, you can like, so they need some Ultra Smooth for sure.
You can buy Old Spice Ultra Smooth in stores now.
Yep.
It's great to see you.
Yeah,
how's your daughter doing?
She's doing fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
About to go on 2 in April.
Oh boy. Okay. They call it terrible twos.
I know. She's already. She knows. She got daddy on her belt already. So, but it's a blessing. I get to wake up every day, live my dream as a father, and live my dream as an NFL player, and hopefully try to have impact on others.
One of these days you can host this show.
Yeah.
When you think you're ready to host this show,
I think we have a.
You can bring somebody
lockout
in
soon, right?
You're gonna when the season's locked down.
Yeah, we'll probably have a lockout soon.
Okay.
So during that time, I already talked to my people. I'm gonna make
Get
sure
some
I
jobs.
get some time on shows and stuff like that. Just to, even if it's an internship, even if I'm behind the scenes, just to learn a little more.
But that's what you need. You need to get around people and see how, you're professional in one sport. You got to be professional in something else, and
sir.
you just have to figure that out. But don't be afraid to volunteer. Like you spend a summer at the NFL Network and work part-time. It will help you and might decide what you do, at your second career.
Yes, sir.
It's great to see you, Saquon. Thank you again. It's the new Old Spice Ultra Smooth line. Saquon Barkley of the Giants. We're back after this in the Dan Patrick Show.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.